Let's bring up the gizmo and select Cylinder 3D. Press Unify and scale it in the Z-axis. Then select Insert Multiple Edge Loops and then click Group by Normals. Deselect half of the cylinders and the caps. Press Ctrl W to make a new polygroup and bring the rest of the cylinder back. Isolate the polygroup and slice in a circle. Then mirror and weld in the X-axis. Control-click on the polygroup and extrude it out. Then we can scale it back and move it out. Select the polygroup and Ctrl-Shift-X to expand the selection. Now we can deselect the cap and make it a new polygroup. Next we want to mirror and weld in the X-axis and make the middle of the cylinder one polygroup. Let's delete the caps and select Insert Multiple Edge Loops. Set Z-Remesher to keep groups and half with symmetry on in the X-axis. Now we can delete the loops and close the caps. Next thing we need to do is inset the flat island and Q-mesh the polygroup island. Press QC50 and uncrease the middle edge loop. Add a control loop at the top and adjust the middle edge loop with Slide Edge Loop Complete. Mask the model and add in a Cylinder 3D from the gizmo. Then invert the mask and split unmasked points. Now we can click on Unify and scale it down. Next thing we need to do is unmask the edge loop and move it down. Select Q-mesh Polyloop, then click on QC50. Mask the model and bring in a Cylinder 3D from the gizmo. Invert the mask and split unmasked points. Then we can click on Unify and move it down. Scale it in the Z-axis and slice in some edge loops. Then we can select QMesh Polyloop and inset the cap. QMesh it down and then click on QC50. Press Crease PG and make it one polygroup. Now we can merge the subtools down and set the crease level to 3.